Hello everyone and welcome back for another tutorial from the Paint Couture creative team. My name is Latasha from Renaissance Refinishing and I'll show you how I made this dresser out of a plain dresser I had hanging around. My first step was primer so that we could create a long-lasting finish as it promotes adhesion. For this project, you will need wood glue, a marker, a tape measurer and tape, an iFlex mold. I'll place the number below. You'll use a heat gun to heat up the iFlex mold and your drawer size to create your template using your marker. Once that's done, I created 3 additional pieces that matched our original template using that marker to mark off our spaces. Then I used our heat gun to heat up the piece and an X-Acto knife to cut along the line I had created. I then took our wood glue so we could adhere it to the piece and some tape and our heat gun and placed our templates onto our piece. My son came along to help out. The bottom piece of tape and the top piece of tapes are very important because it keeps it from sliding off of your drawer. I did learn this the hard way, so you don't have to. Repeat this process as many times as you have to. For us, it was 4 on the top drawers. And then we used another piece of iFlex mold so that we can create our middle pieces. Using that wood glue and a heat gun to adhere it with some tape. Repeating the process for the bottom half. And using that leftover iFlex mold to create a few filler pieces for those little pieces down the end, a little bit of wood glue and tape, and stuck those right on the same way. We had a few little pieces left over, so we added them to the sides of one of the other drawers. We're going to try to make sure all of our drawers are a little bit different, and I wanted to use them to make it distinct. We'll use Pitch Black and Vera at the Ballet for this portion of the project. I did mark off with a pencil which pieces would get what color to make sure that I didn't place the wrong color on the wrong section. If you find that this might happen for you, this could be a little tip that might help you as well. I then used a little filler to fill in those small gaps in between our tiny little pieces we used, just so everything really flowed together. I then primed that little piece and painted it in Vera at the Ballet to match it to the rest of the drawer fronts. I used a little spray bottle and 3 of our blending brushes and Vera at the Ballet and Polynesian pink and their metallic golden pale gold. After taping off every section, I used Polynesian pink, but I have forgotten to mix it with a little bit of Vera at the Ballet, so I went back and created a custom pink, as you can see here, and went over those sections. I want my edge to be distinct but have a nice flow with the rest of the piece. That's why I created a custom color. I then went in with Vera at the Ballet to create that nice little blend in the center and added a little bit more with a little bit of Simply White as well, as you can see here. I repeated the process on the bottom drawers, but this time we're going to use an ombre blend. So we have that Polynesian pink with Vera at the Ballet, and Simply White. And then I just cross-hatched across the lines of distinction, I guess, to get rid of that harsh line and create a nice little blend. Repeated the process about 2 or 3 times. And the line is the line of demarcation. Made sure to go on the inside so those pieces match as well. Cross hatch to get rid of that line of demarcation. Repeated the process on the top two drawers. And when I was happy with the blend, that's when I knew it would be complete. You do it as many times as you choose. After that, I took the drawers out and the tape off because we're all done with that. And using our top coat of extreme scarred and satin, I believe, or flat actually, and flat, we sealed the entire piece so we could get it ready for our elements. Using a small piece of tape as a guide, I created some horizontal stripes on our drawers. Easy peasy. I did the same thing on the middle to bottom drawer, except for in an up and down fashion. I'm going to let the white that's there stand for like the white and black blend, and I'll add black later on with our brushes. It's not a stark white, but it makes the point. Then I used some diagonal tapes. I put about 2 or 3 layered together to create this little template for myself. And I used that as a guide, a spacer for these diagonal lines across our drawer fronts. And then just the top ones are just up and down using the same spacer and then just adding tape beside the spacer. If you need a slower tutorial for that, you can refer back to our last video for those. And we're just going to continue on down the dresser front, using that spacer as a guide along the way. We're not measuring, it's just, it's not going to be perfect, which the human eye does not detect, so it works. And again, doing those up and down stripes on the bottom, using our tape. I kind of made the design as I went along, just kind of paying attention to what might work on it. And I had never created diagonal lines before, so I wasn't too sure, but I think it worked out nicely. Being really sure to get that tape down nice and taut. You don't want anything leaking underneath. And we're going to repeat the process on the side. Again, if you need a longer tutorial for the stripes, please refer back to our last tutorial on I believe it was a Bombay nightstand. You're just using a spacer, a piece of tape to create those lines, just using it as a way to guide your stripes to become straight. And we repeated the process down the bottom of the drawer, just using our top lines and that guide as a way to continue the lines from the top to the bottom. It can be a bit tedious, but I really love the final look. And then I sealed over our tape. The idea behind this is that the clear sealer will be the first thing that leaks under, therefore the paint won't leak under is worse, or making it worse. Then we created a special blend of mist gray with simply white so that the white wasn't as stark. I used this on our last project as well. We went right over the tape. Repeating the process about 2 or 3 times. I then took our pitch black with our blendy brush to kind of make a not so distinct black line, more of a blended black line. And you'll see why later on. And then we removed the tape so we could see how well we did. And it looks pretty good, not too many drips because we used that technique of sealing over the tape first. Looks good. And then to the top, we went and used our cozy beige to kind of just make some blocks of color on the top, along with our simply white in the spaces that we had not filled in with the cozy beige. If you need a more distinguished tutorial on this part, you can refer back to our other tutorial. But what you see is what we're doing. We're just going to make a little blended area. Now I'm going to move on with our Redesign by Prima 6x12 transfer sheets in the Delicate Roses. And I just found some little spaces to pop in little buds and some roses around the edge. I purchased about 2 of these because I know this dresser is a lot bigger than our last chest, and I had a couple of pieces left over from our last chest that I utilized as well. Afterwards, I went over those lines. I want to make sure that it was kind of like an ombre blend from the flowers to the black lines. So I used the black lines as a stopping point for our transfers. And then for the bottom drawer, I just stuck them in the sides. That way the leaves were facing out and the flowers were on the inside, and dry brushed the edges for a less harsh finish. We added more transfers to that middle drawer just so that everything flowed together. We went back to the top and repeated the process with the Cozy Beige and Simply White, just blending it with a regular old brush. And then I used our black chiffon and our pale gold metallic paint, and I added some into some spaces. The pale gold warms the finish, and so does that other glaze. And then I added more of that glaze and went over the top. The black chiffon mixed with the pale gold a little bit. And this is what we got. It's different from the last one, but similar enough that it can fit in its space. I absolutely love it. This was definitely a undertaking, but I'm so happy that I finished it. I hope it helps you in your next pieces. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them below. And thank you again for joining us for another tutorial from the Paint Couture creative team. Bye, everybody. See you next time.